What's going on, boys? Weekly tactics update. A lot of things have changed. You know what? I'll be honest. Start of November now, I was honestly expecting them to nerf 71 depth, but they haven't. So there's a couple of changes that we're going to make for that. Alvarez, by the way, top tier card. Sorry for delaying this video. I had to do the Alvarez review. That was early on my channel. Check that Alvarez review out with a 5-star weak foot. If you haven't, not normally do reviews, but I thought on main channel we do one special one. What we're planning to do is we're planning to get rid of this 4-2-3-1. We may bring it back after they nerf 71 depth. But the reason why I'm saying this is only keep 4-2-3-1 in your kind of setup if you're like rank 3 and above. And this is very important that I say this, because those that are going towards the rank 4s, let's be honest, most of you guys are starting in a 4-2-2, 4-4-2s, etc, etc. So we need to plan for that. So I'll probably do that next week because it'll be a bit too confused if I do it this week. If you want to get better at FC 24, I do have an FC in 24 FIFA School Series. But before you skip ahead, what if I told you if you don't get better after 1 month, I'll refund you your money? I can say that because I've been running this school for many years and thousands of people have already joined and even stay on. We go over complete in-depth gameplay tutorials showing you the theory of it and then showing you gameplay examples in a structured format. Unlike my YouTube channel, they are a progressive learning system teaching you everything from the core mechanics to the meta so you can get better as a whole, with explanations that go beyond the scope of my YouTube channel. FC School has already started with new videos coming out every single week. These videos will adjust to the recent patches and updates so you can stay up to date and ahead of your competition. So come join thousands of others in a mature community for those looking to get better. Patreon.com/nilguides or click the link down below. Now when you join, we already have a library of hundreds of videos, more than my YouTube channel in fact, with new FC 24 videos getting added constantly so you never run out of content. Remember, the biggest mistake people make is they spend thousands of dollars on FIFA points every single year thinking a team will make them better, but it won't. But now it's time for you to make that change. And don't forget, if you don't get better after 1 month, just send me a message and I'll refund your money. That is the Nil Guides guarantee. Patreon.com/nilguides. Link is down below in the description or click on the pinned comment below. But let's just go straight into it. So this 4-2-3-1, as I said, look, is becoming more and more redundant. The only time I'm ever using a 4-2-3-1 nowadays, let's say for example, is just to go in and close the game out. So what I'll do maybe is thinking maybe moving another formation in this slot, and then maybe let's say if I'm winning, let's say 2-0 inside the game, I pause the game, I just literally put everyone on comeback and defense. That might be the best solution. But I find myself less and less using it. Do you know why? It's because attacking down the middle is just kind of not pointless, but for those who know my style of play, I don't like using cutbacks. I don't like shooting outside the box. I don't want to do that way. I want to play through the middle. If that means I lose 1 or 2 games, I don't want to abuse a game, okay, fine. But I find that nowadays you need 2 strikers, and I feel like finishing is so bad you need that cutback opportunities. That's why we're kind of phasing out 4-2-1. We may bring it back after they make some changes. But anyway, balance 47-39. Nothing has really changed from last week. The only thing I said to you is the width. Again, increase this width up to 55 and above. If you don't use Hug the Sidelines, I use Hug the Sidelines and I attack in the middle. Don't forget, for every one of these formations, and you can just literally copy and paste these tactics, slow down the video. I got a specific video for each one of these tactics. You can copy and paste. The only thing I've done is a lamb and a ram. I put them both on comeback and defense. That is because most people are going and doubling up down the wing now. I think everyone knows now 1 month into the game, cutbacks are the only way of scoring in this dreadful game where finishing is absolutely diabolical. So I put both the lamb and ram on both comeback and defense to help doubling up, and also equally to get inside the box for a cross to help on the attack when I get the ball on opposite wing. Both stadiums on cut passing lanes that are attacking cover center, and left back, right back, stay back, overlap, so to make the runs on the outside. I'm currently evolving Llorente because I finished Alvarez, and Lawrence sometimes goes in CDM there because she's got very, very good defensive awareness and a jockey playstyle plus. So that is the 4-2-3-1. The 3-5-2 remains partially unchanged either. We just reduced the depth a little bit. A lot of you guys feedback and said, listen, the 3-5-2 is a good formation, but it's very aggressive, almost too aggressive. So I understood your feedback and I made the changes. We reduced the depth down. The width I reduced down a bit, but to be honest, I think it's good to be a bit wide when you're out of possession, so you don't get done on the wings. But you could always reduce this down to about 40-45. But the depth 50, long ball forward runs 40 width. If you still struggle with 3-5-2 depth, you can use, I would say 44. That would be probably the good way of going, the next step down. But I think this is a really good limit. Now, the only thing that we've changed from the tactical side is the positioning is wrong, because now I'm playing. What I've done is the Bina, I might have to get, On this account, I don't play that much on this account. This is more my content account. I just mess around, stream on this account. But what I might do is because on my main team I've got Neymar. I might change this team up because I've already got so many League Fs and new MLS. Women's MLS team. The only thing that we've done is we put one of the strikers on comeback and defense, because I know the second thing that people have been telling me is that, when I'm defending with a 5-3-2, I find myself getting picked out. So you can put one of the strikers on comeback and defense, and that way you defend in a 5-3-1-1. So 5 at the back, 3 in midfield. Tonali moves to the center. Dunn goes there. Smith comes there to make the third player. Then you have Son and Alvarez. It's a very defensive formation, but attacking, it's also very attacking. So defending, you're very defensive. Attacking, you're very attacking. That's probably the best way of probably laying that out. Long ball, forward run, still keep that the same 40 width. You can always put this to balanced. If you do find long ball to be a bit aggressive, you can put balanced on as well. So stay central, get it behind for one of the strikers, stay forward. The other one will come back in defense. Get the player here with better stamina, maybe better defensive work rates in his position to come back. Because I want Alvarez to stay forward, and Son, although he's got probably the best player to bring forward in this case, I want him to be in that cam role. Cam has to be on stay forward. You cannot put the cam on come back in defense because it will still defend in a 5-2-1-2. To make it a 5-3-1-1, you have to bring Smith back or one of the strikers. That's how you'd make the game, bring it back. Dunn goes to left centre mid. The central player is on the right-hand side. That's Tonali. And the Smith comes inside like this. And then Dunn's on the left-hand side. That's how you do the 5-3-1-1. Left mid, right mid. The only thing we've changed here is get into the box across and conserve the interceptions to conserve stamina. Because I know people are using high depth most of the time. So when you change to a formation like this, you can lose the stamina. We're not going to talk about overlap. In case you've been seeing me use overlap and wondering why it's not here now, if you've seen some of the videos, I've just been doing some testing on overlap. I'm not going to put it on just yet. I'll just see how that goes. I think it's a bit risky this year, especially when it comes down to overlapping your opponents, overlapping wingers, should I say. But again, feel free to pause these and just manipulate the video. I don't want to make this a 30 minutes long documentary. So this would be the formation which is both equally defensive and equally attacking. To be honest, I'm leaning, if you do find us to be a bit too defensive, without making any changes, just keep the Smith on stay forward, and that should solve the issue. Because with Smith coming back, you lose the counter-attack threat. So if you like the more counter-attack threat, keep Smith on stay forward. Remember, it's important. Change tactics for your own play style, for your own gameplay. My tactics will help you out 70%, but to get that final 10% margin without your gameplay, of course, being added in, you need to add in your own stuff. At the end of the day, it's always going to be your gameplay. You can give the garbage tactics to a rank 1 player. They're probably still going to be a rank 2, rank 1, worse the rank 3 player. You give the best tactics to a Division 4 player. It might help them rank 5 might help them edge a division to rank 3 and rank 4. But the truth is, if you're not doing the gameplay right, if you're running out with your centre backs, no formation can save you. No 99 player can save you either. This is the actual Anders' formation. And to be honest, it's actually replaced my 4-3-2-1. I was actually recording a cutback video, how to defend cutbacks and how to attack cutbacks with the player lock as well. That video is going to be exclusive to my Patreon series, patreon.com/NoGuys. Links down below in the description. You can check that out, and that should be out hopefully in the next few days or so. I was using this formation, and I found out for abusing the wings, this actually might be the best formation inside the game. Maybe alongside the 5-4-1. The only reason why I don't say the 5-4-1 is because you only have one strike in the middle. And I think for players that don't use L1 triggers, you could get caught in behind. So this is actually Anders' tactics. I've actually kept it very much the same. There's only a few things that I've changed here and there. But this defends in a 4-4-2. So how this works is Smith comes back and makes the right mid. And Dabinha, when you're defending, makes the left mid. So that's how you defend. So it defends in, and Alvarez goes there, Son goes there. So it defends in a 4-4-2. When you're defending, when you're out of possession, and when you win the ball back, you attack in a 4-3-2-1. So stay central, stay forward, get it behind for Son. He's a left striker in a 4-4-2. Stay central just for the striker. I would probably, you can leave it unbalanced for now. We'll leave it unbalanced. I'll explain that next week. Get it behind, come back in defense. So the comeback of defense is important. So Smith becomes a right mid out of position when you're defending in a 4-4-2. Dunn is on stay back, cover center edge of the box for cross. The reason for this is because the fullback is overlapping. So you need that player there as right centre mid to cover for the right back going forward. Does that make sense? So we'll come back to the right back in a second. So Dunn is on stay back, stay edge of the box, cover centre. The centre mid is on stay back, cover centre and balanced. as per Anders' tactics. I might make some changes on that next week as well. And then the left centre mid becomes a left mid. Now, this player has to be on cover wing. This is what tells the game, because Smith is already a winger, so she's naturally going to come back in defence and make a right mid position. Dunn and Tonali are both on stay central. So you're saying to the game, when you're defending in defensive position, I want you to stay in the middle. When you put cover wing or Dabinia, that's what tells Dabinia to go left. That's what tells Dabinia to go to a left mid position. So this player here has to be a left mid, and there's no comeback and defense instruction on a center mid. So you got to leave them on balance. So ideally, try to put someone who's got high work rates here. Worst case, high medium. Now, I normally start with 2 center mids, and I always bring a winger into that position. So that's the way that I do it, because I like my wingers to be fast. Because when you win the ball back, you'll be in a 4-4-2 shape, but then Dabinia will come in centrally. So balance, get into the box for cross, and cover wing, the most important thing here. Left back, stay back, overlap. Both centre backs on stay back, and right back on balance and overlap. I said, you're really abusing the wings on the right hand side. You can flip it on the opposite side as well. Just flip the instructions for the right hand side like done to the left hand side. You can swap the Dabinia around. So you can flip it if you want to. So because I know some people naturally, they like to flip, like to shoot on the attacking side or the side at the bottom of the screen because it's easier to see. But this formation, it's actually very good. I find myself, to be honest, using this a lot of the time now. I'll say I'm kind of varying between these two formations. That's what I'm saying. The 4-2-3-1 is becoming more and more redundant because I'm starting the game maybe on a 3-5-2 or 4-3-2-1 and not as much. Maybe when they make some patches and they reduce 71 depth, something like that, maybe. But the only time I can only see myself using the 4-2, me personally, for you might be different, but I'm explaining to you my reasonings why, is that if I'm winning inside a game, I'm winning 2-0, I may change to a 4-2-3-1. But most of the time, defending in a 5-3-1-1 might be the better system. So I might move this to the ultra defensive system next week and introduce a new attacking formation, maybe a narrow or something like that. Then the attacking one, we do have the 4-4-2. Just feel free to copy and paste these tactics. The exact same things from last week. 4-4-2 is the same thing as the 4-2-4, except for this is a bit more attacking. Come back and offense for the left wing and the right wing. I've already explained this last week, so I don't want to go over this too much because it's already a 12-minute video here. Stay central, get it behind for both of the strikers. Both centre mids on balanced. Feel free to put the most defensive player on stay back if you struggle, but I want 2 players helping us join the attack when we are losing. And then we have stay back overlap for both the right back and left back. So this is kind of important because what I'm finding is I would start the game with this formation, kind of suss my opponent out. If I'm struggling a bit defensively, I would go to the 3-5-2 and I would veer on these most of the time. Then if, for example, I'm losing inside the game, I'll then go to the 4-2-4 and I can always activate team press with the D-pad tactics, or I can put constant pressure on as well. That is why the defensive style is unbalanced. If you don't use that, if you like, oh my god, I can't press, you can always use team press side of the game. 71 depth does that for you. Until they remove that, I can't imagine why you want to remove this from your setup, because you have to have a 4-4-2 with 31 depth in any setup. It's just too overpowered. And that is why I'm saying the 4-2-3-1 for me has become more and more redundant. You may find that you may want to start the game on a 4-2 to suss your opponent out, maybe to be a bit more defensively sound. Or maybe when you go 1-0 ahead, the downside of the 3-5-2, of course, defending is very, very good, but the counter-attack's very susceptible. So if you can't defend with that 3-5-2, well, then keep that 4-2-3-1 in. Many guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you want to get better people, come to my page, so patreon.com/links down in the description. I tried doing that in 20 seconds. I don't know how fast that was, but I'm working on getting that as quick as I can. But yes, links down below in the description. Patreon.com/link down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time. Have a good weekend. Have a good bonfire night. Guy Fawkes, take it easy, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.